Is our universe real?
It's just ideas. They're just ideas.
Is now. You are tuned in to Psychedelic Download.
You are all, you know, everything is divine.
The actor.
There's no thing that is
Divine,
divine.
everything
That's what's up.
is divine, and I'm
Leo.
that.
So, man, we are plugged in to the Cosmedelic Download. I'm glad you were here. My guest today, Leo Santiati. He is an extraordinary actor, voice over actor, also for Gurus, the meta movie.
You know it.
You know,
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
I appreciate it.
Killed it. I killed it.
It was fun.
You're extraordinary. Dude, how long you been acting?
I would say my entire life, you know, because
Said verb.
yeah, you know, like, dude, I was like on the table at 4 years old
Right.
in a huge Italian family, just strumming guitars and cracking jokes, and I was like the only kid, so
Right.
that was like my stage, my spotlight.
Right.
Professionally, I think I started training at 14. First roles at 16, first feature at 22. That was the first big lead in an indie feature.
So, where was that at? That was in LA?
Atlanta.
That was in Atlanta?
Yeah, I started in Atlanta.
Okay. But where are you from?
Everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
Families from Italy, Argentina. So like my dad was born in Italy, my mom was born in Argentina, my grandparents all Italian. I was born in New York, and then we moved to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta I moved here.
How did your folks react to you telling me I want to be an actor and I want to go into?
Dude, immigrant parents, man, you know, like they're like, you're going to school,
Yeah.
like you're gonna get an education,
Yeah.
which I appreciate, you know. And so I made a deal with them. You know, I told them like, look, I'll get this diploma. I got my college degree in business, international business, marketing minor, all that. And I was like, I'll give you this. And then if I give you this, then I can do what I want to do.
Right.
And so, yeah, I graduated college, gave him, and while I was in college, I was still performing, acting in theater, in short films. And it wasn't until I just graduated college where I booked the lead in the indie feature, Band of Rogues.
That was when you was 22?
22, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man, because I was playing an Argentine
Right.
musician. I had long hair down to here.
Was it natural?
Yeah, all natural, man. It was my hair. I grew it out, and I
Kind of like Brian a little bit?
dude, I was like a been around the same length as Brian, dude. Yeah. It's like roles are reversed now.
Right,
Yeah, it was wild, man. And we were down there for like 3 months, man. Just like, I came back after it, and I felt so weird trying to assimilate back to this culture.
Right.
Because I was like in my heritage, my roots, you know.
Yeah,
And I was in that part. Like I was fully immersed in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I know when I asked about the actor thing because it's any type of art you do, you're taking a leap of faith.
Sure.
And when especially when you come from immigrant families and or families that have been, I won't say well established, but established into the natural course of life. You know, go to school, graduate, you get a family, and you know,
Follow these steps. Yeah.
And my parents were the same way. Like, in fact, I remember I was always a basketball player, but and that was my dream. My father was like, hey, you gotta use a backup plan, you know, you may not make it, and, you know, okay, cool. So then I remember telling him, it's funny, I remember telling him, I was like, you know, I think I may wanna be an astronomer, you know, and I'm thinking he's gonna be like, oh, that's impressive. You know, he was like, nah, don't go into that. I was like, really? He was like, nah, ain't no money in that. I like, really? He said, yeah. But you know what's funny is, I bet you he would take that now over what I've been doing for the past 40-something years. You know, but I mean, no,
Yeah, it's like passion is passion, man. Like it's just like, you know, they want the best for us, right?
Yeah.
And they want for us to have a better life than them.
Right.
And for them, you know, education and these certain things that they were taught is like how you have to do it. You know, like you have to do this, get a college education, or do this so you get a good job, become a CEO or whatever, wear a suit to work and like make lots of money so that you don't have to suffer and struggle like they did, because they don't want that for you.
Right.
I get it. And like, you know, you're only given what you're given, you know, you know, that's
You only know what you know.
exactly, you only know what you know.
Yeah.
And you know, for them, arts wasn't a sustainable career.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know.
Right.
They didn't know what it was like, you know, and that's also one of the things is like, man, I jumped into this industry with no mentors, no nothing, no, just like full two, you know, I told you the other night, right? Like I'm one of those people that just dive right in.
Right.
Like feet first, all in, head first, you know, it doesn't matter. I'll just dive right in, ask questions later. And, you know, it's one of those things where like this is a career that I was so impassioned by it, and I just loved it so much that for me, it didn't matter. Like this was it. This was always the goal, the game, the end game.
You were like that since you were 4?
Dude, I've been loving this forever, man. I love stage. I love performing. I love being in front of people, man. I find it like, you know, my happiest place.
Yeah, intoxicating.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not necessarily, again, it is intoxicating.
Is it like a psychedelic?
Is it like a psychedelic? Yeah, in a way, yeah, man. You find this career, being an actor, and I feel like, honestly, everyone should take an acting course.
Right.
Everyone in the world should take an acting course and so go serve tables for a day, because they will teach you empathy, and that's the one thing people in this day and age are lacking, man. Empathy. It'll bring your ego to a whole new place, and empathy, and that's what acting has taught me, man. It's brought me closer to myself, and it's brought me closer to a world of people that I would never have known, because I've had to do the backstories and research, you know, going in and doing the homework, man. That's the biggest part of acting, is doing all the work to get there. Right. And I love research. I love learning. Like, those are one of my favorite things, is just to keep learning, keep ingesting knowledge. And what better way to do it is one of the biggest things of humanity, you know, finding out what all people from all walks of life are like, you know. Right. Whether it's someone in the military from the Midwest, or an Argentine from the sticks of Argentina, or a CEO, like, given everything in his life, you know, and what that feels like. Right. You know, what are the ups and downs? What are the fears of each individual person? Right.
So what would you say has been the most beneficial to you? And I would say, your acceptance of people's behavior, or lack thereof good behavior. I would say, would it be psychedelics, or would it be serving tables, like you said, like what everybody should do?
Honestly, I feel like it's a mix of everything, man. I feel like psychedelics bring you to a whole new perspective, because it gets you out of the one-sided POV that you only get, and it's so easy to see one point of view from this lens that you're only given. So it breaks you out of that and makes you see other things. Serving tables, or is just, you get to see all different walks of life and how other people treat other people, especially when the other person is feeling in a position of power, and when they feel superior to someone serving them. You really find out how people really are inside when you are in these hierarchy power positions. So like, if someone is feeling like they own you in a way, so that's because you're their server or you're their bartender, you really see how people can be like, you know. And then acting too, man, it's like, acting again gives you perspective, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've kind of really taken back for myself, because I was someone way long time ago that felt like I was right, and I had to be right about everything. And I felt like other people's opinions were just like, what are you doing? Like, oh, no, that's so wrong, you're wrong. And I always had to be right about everything. And now I like to take a step back and find out all sides. You know, especially when other people have their problems and they bring their problems to me. And they're like, can you believe this person did this? And I'm like, well, what if this person is feeling this way? You know, like, why? Maybe they are acting this way because this happened to them. Like, we don't know what's going on in their lives. So maybe instead of coming to a conclusion of they're acting this way because they're already this, because you already put yourself in their, like, this is who they are. Put yourself in their shoes and see what, maybe they're just having a shitty day. Or maybe they're one of their parents died and they don't have the space to, or maybe they lost their job, or we don't. There's so many things that I think that's where
variables.
exactly that's where empathy comes in, and that's where honestly communication is the biggest thing. Instead of just assuming and then playing telephone and going to your friend and then that friend goes to the next friend or whatever, what have you, having conversations and just being honest and putting yourself in situations that don't feel good, but in the end you'll feel even better for, because it's like, yo, if I have beef with you, it's like, yo, man, this is what you did and it hurt my feelings.
Right.
And that is more manly than I feel like just holding that shit in and being like, fuck you, dude.
Nah, I
like,
agree.
fuck you,
I
you're a
agree.
bitch, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, fuck that, dude. It's like, go up and be like, hey, man,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I did this. And it hurt me when you did this.
Right.
And it did not feel good. And this is why I acted in the way I did. And I'm sorry I acted that way. That was childish. That was rude. I shouldn't have said those things.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to fight. Like, that was the next stage. And now I find myself in less of those situations where I don't have to apologize, because now I take a beat. I go process, I sit there and I think, and I'm like, okay, why am I upset?
Yeah.
I bite my tongue and I say nothing because I don't want to say hurtful things, because hurt people hurt people.
Right.
And I don't want to say things.
That's true.
Yeah, dude. And I don't want to say those things, yo. And I'll just like, yo, I need to take a beat.
All right.
Let's just table this. I'll talk to you later and let's have a conversation. And man, so many things can be solved with just taking a breath, taking a beat, processing your feelings, feeling why am I upset, really taking in everything and seeing the other perspective too, and asking, yo, why did you say that?
Right. You know, it's funny because I actually, I agree. I think people who can apologize, they have my utmost respect. Like, I actually almost look for a negative situation to happen between me and someone, waiting for the moment to happen. Can they stand up? Can they admit to where they lacked?
Accountability, dude.
Accountability. It's the number one thing. So
That's being an adult.
yeah, that's being an adult. So it's like this catch-22 I have with someone. It's like, I'm waiting for them to fuck up.
Yeah.
And I want them to fuck up.
Because that's where you show your true colors.
Because that's where you show your true colors.
Yeah.
And I want to see if they're going to own the fuck up.
Are you going to own?
Right. So when they fuck up, you know, you're like, oh, they fucked up. This person's obviously, you know, getting on my nerves right now, whatever. I'm indifferent to them. But then you're waiting to see what they're going to do. And when they come to the table and they're like, look, I fucked up. My bad. I apologize. It just takes them to another level.
Yeah.
Of like, oh man,
Yeah.
like they're really they've almost become family.
Yeah.
I almost admire them. It's funny, next door how I got up here, my friend Rico, I had a horrific falling out with him. Like one of the worst fallings out you can have with someone. And we actually use our friendship as a testimony, as a testament to other people when we was like, hey, well, if we can get past it, then, you know, if me and Mark can get past it, then maybe me and you can get past it.
Sure.
So, but yeah, man, like as soon as we connected, you know, it was like, I'm sorry, you know, water under the bridge. It was funny. I was actually talking to someone today, my friend Michael, and he's going through a breakup. And he was just telling me some of the issues that they were having. And I said, you know, it's interesting to me that, and I wonder if this is your opinion or this is how you see it too. This is how I see it. I'm just wondering if someone else sees it. Like, you know, your friends, you let them get away with murder. Like, you know, something will happen, you know, and do the ugliest, well, not too ugly, but something very ugly, you know, like, you know, it's water under the bridge. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're going, but the person you're dating, yo, they don't have that type of leeway. And I've always wondered.
Also family too. It's like the people you're closest to, the people you love.
True.
You won't let them get away with shit. Or they have a way to like make you tick.
But family, no. Family,
Different.
you'll still. No, trust me, I done held grudges on my sister for real for years.
Yeah,
but
dude.
eventually I dropped it.
Sure.
And then I love it.
Well, it's like stages. Like the person you love, or you're in love with, then it's like like your family, and then it's like your friends.
Right.
You know, it's like I think that's the levels of like who you get upset with the most.
But the thing is, the person that you're in love with, you don't let them get away with nothing that you will let your friends get away with.
Yeah.
Or even your family. And I've always wondered, are those priorities in the wrong, in the wrong chronological order of that, I guess, in this sense. I mean, because the person you love, it's almost like you should give them more leeway or more space for forgiveness.
Sure.
But the thing is that you're sharing yourself with them, so you expect for them to know all these little things. Well, they ain't gonna bother you.
I mean, expectation is the root of resentment.
Yeah.
And so you can't expect someone, especially the person you love, and that's, I think, as you grow, you have to let go of that as well. You can't expect the person you love and that you're in a relationship to know these things, you know,
Right.
and you have to give them grace always. And like, yes, you are going to hold them to a higher standard because that's the person you're sharing your most intimate self with.
Right.
In that as well, I think you do need to give them the most grace out of all of them as well. So like allow for there to be learning curves and learning processes. And like, you know, even with my relationship, you know, we have a lot of conversations. It's a lot of conversations to always let us, and dude, we can go, we're both Italian, so like we can go at it, you know, but at the end of it, it's like, we always come back and we always understand where each other's coming from. And a lot of the times we're both right and we're both wrong.
Right.
And it's coming to the understanding of I want to be heard and I am heard, and making sure that the other person feels heard.
Right.
And that's like the biggest thing is like actually listening to what the other person is feeling and taking it in and addressing it. I hear you. I am sorry, and moving on.
Right.
One of the things that I also is like, I think there's steps. One, being able to see that you made a mistake.
Right.
Then
That's the first step.
be able to admit that you made the mistake.
Right.
Apologize for the mistake.
Accountability.
And then, you know, the accountability of things. And then as you get to that point, the next step will be to catch the mistake before it happens so you don't have to apologize for
It's
it.
like a 4-step program.
4-step, 5-step, 10-step, you know, there could be steps in between, but it definitely starts from realizing to then catching yourself before you even have to make, you never even have to apologize anymore because you're already realizing. And then that shit, it doesn't come easier.
Right.
It just, you get better at it.
Right.
You know, like,
With that said, you know, psychedelics, really, people ask me, you know, what has psychedelics done for me? And I tell them, it's done a lot of things. But the number one thing I would say it has done is has made me keenly aware of myself and how I come across and how my interaction with you may even affect a person over here, or how my interaction with you may affect this person over here, and how that may affect this person over here could affect this person over here. It really is a train and domino effect. I can really see how everything is connected and how the least little thing affects something 5 degrees away from you.
completely.
So with that said, like how has that like shaped your awareness and accountability? Because I know, you know, I know there are some psychedelics that, you know, we have talked about that we have indulged in on.
Yeah.
And some of them are very powerful, and some of them I give my 5 stars to.
Sure.
So I'm just wondering, like, what would you say are some of the biggest lessons? Like, so.
Ooh, wow, you know, it's so interesting because it allows you to go into a different perspective. You know, it brings you into a different way of understanding. So it's different psychedelics give you different things. Like, for instance, some psychedelics allow you to connect to the earth and realize that the earth is a living thing.
Right.
And everything is living around you.
Right.
And you are just a part of this whole living thing. So then it allows you to not only just be like I, but it's we, and it's us, and it's all of us. And you realize that we are all connected. And so that it does not make you feel like I have to be me, protect me, and all me. It's us. It's this whole thing is one thing. And then by doing that, it allows you to realize, you know, like, wow, I am here for all of us. We are here for each other. And it connects us, you know, we're all connected. So everything it makes you more aware in the sense of what you do is a ripple effect. The stone that you drop in the water changes, and so each decision that you make makes a different ripple and can cause waves, that make you want to surf, and can cause waves that destroy. So it's like every action has a major reaction, butterfly effect, you know. And then there's other psychedelics that like bring you to a higher level of frequencies and understanding. You know, it makes you vibrate at higher wavelengths, and lets you understand, like, bringing yourself up and like making change the way you think about things, like, you know, through meditation and through meditation practices, and even just changing your mindset of just positivity over. It's so easy to go negative, and you can say the same thing in two ways, like, you know, oh, it sucks that I'm living in, you know, this place, blah blah blah, or it's like, I'm grateful I have a roof over my head.
Right.
I'm not living in the street. I have food on the table. I'm grateful. You know, instead of saying the things that I don't have, like the lack mentality, the things that I have, the things that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
You know, there's this thing that, you know, Brian said the other day too to me, was like, arigato in, arigato out. And so, like, especially with all the things that, you know, you do, and especially here living in LA and everything that we have going on right now in life, and like inflation and everything, it's like everything's so expensive these days, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But, you know, you make a lot of money and you spend a lot of money, and so you make money, you spend it, and it's like, why do we only feel grateful for the money that we make? It's like, be grateful for the money that we spend, because it's like, arigato in, arigato out. And so thank you for the money in, thank you for the money out, because you want to thank that money that goes out, because if you don't, why would it want to come back to you? If you curse that money, would that money want to come back? If you curse me out of your house, I feel like, dude, peace, I'm not coming back, man. We're like, thanks, Leo, thanks for coming over. Man, I want to come back over and hang out in this dope spot, like this dope studio. Like, your house is so creative. I want to be back in this place, you know? Like, your studio's dope, dude.
I appreciate that.
Of course, like, you know.
I think it's the people who come in here that are the dopest, like yourself, but, you know, I appreciate
Well, it's, you know, real recognizes real. So it's like you attract to what it is you put out.
Yeah, well, then I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I know some good people, so, you know. What was your experience with your first psychedelic? How old were you?
First experience, first psychedelic? Oh, man, I was probably like 15, 16, maybe. Yeah.
What did you do?
Mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many did you take? Did you take enough to where, like, the hero dose, or did you just take enough to be like, oh shit, like, this shit is kind of...
It was kind of, I don't know if it was a full hero dose, but it was definitely a dose that was just like, it was dope. I don't think maybe it hit me in the way, and plus I was doing it for, I guess, the wrong reasons. I was doing it to like party rather than to elevate and learn.
Well, I mean...
But as a kid, you know, like...
You know, technically, as you do know this, there really are no wrong and right
answers. There's no... Exactly. It's to experience, right? Everything's an experience.
But I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I had a lot of... I mean, it was a lot of laughing, and it was a lot of fun, and then there's also got a little scary at times too. And in those earlier days, you know, I definitely felt like you had to hold on to the wheel, you know? It's like I have to control. And through control gives you a different thing. It's like, if you're able to like release and surrender, I think life is all about that, allowing for the experience to take over you and see what you can learn out of it. Is definitely a more enjoyable experience than trying to hold on to the wheel with white knuckles, trying to control the whole situation. And then you realize, oh man, you're driving down this crazy path that you put yourself on. You know, so it's like allow it just to go with the flow, you know, like there's reasons why these idioms and these sayings are there, like go with the flow. It's because it's
just go with
just do it, do it, man. Ride the wave, man. Ride the wave, because it's gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be scary.
Exactly.
Roller coasters are meant to be scary and fun at the same time. That's why we do them. So it's like life is a roller coaster. So are these trips. Trips are the micro and the macro for allowing you to realize these things. It's almost like watching a movie, or for me as playing a role, you get to feel these emotions without any consequences.
Right.
You know, sure, I mean, the consequences in things can be an overdose, of course, and so there is always being mindful in certain things and knowing what you're doing, having people that know what they're doing around you, and having like a kind of almost like a shaman to help you through these processes. I mean, it's been in every culture, warriors in tribes, shamans, mystics, seers. I mean, it's been in every religion, in every aspect. So,
you know, that's why I have a hard time digesting the concept of shaman. The only reason is because in my understanding of learning what I think I understand with this stuff, it's let me know that, you know, there is no such thing as the shaman. The shaman knows the shaman does not exist. Only those that believe that the shaman is true. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically, it's like the shaman is just there just to appease you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
could see that.
In a way, like your own shaman,
Sure.
or your own guru. But I understand. I like.
Maybe in the sense of like shaman is chaperone.
No, that's what I'm about to get there, like a guide, and I think I think some of this stuff is needed. Even though, I mean, I have a hard time with certain words like need and important. But if you're doing 5-MeO, DMT, or if you're doing ayahuasca, or if you're doing like, I don't know, like heavy doses of mushrooms, like maybe like 10 grams or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably good for you to have a guide.
Yeah.
There, you know what I'm saying?
Someone there holding space for you.
Holding space for you.
A holder of space.
Yeah, a holder of space.
You know, like that to me is my definition of shaman.
Yeah.
A shaman is not like this mystic
Yeah.
thing that, like, I think the word gets misconstrued.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and like we can always change the word or change the meaning, but it really, for me, a shaman is someone that has done it enough,
Right.
that knows what they're doing, and is there to help you guide in a very healthy, safe way.
Right.
To let you know that you're safe,
Right.
and you're taken care of,
Right.
and you don't need to worry. This is very much, they're there for you.
Right. It's funny, and maybe I've been the victim of it too, but we as a Western culture, man, we have these ideas that we put on the stuff, because it's like, you're right, I bet you, but like if people in Peru that was really doing it, they probably don't even look at the shaman, how Western cultures are looking like, oh, the shaman, oh, namaste, the shaman, oh, maybe like to come.
Yeah. They're not a god.
Yeah, they're not a god.
They're not a god. And it's not to be treated as a god, you know? It's just a guide.
Exactly.
Shamans are not gods, they're guides.
Yeah, in fact, I think most shamans, man, look at people who look at them like they have to. If what I have witnessed is anything close to what they witness, they have to look at people thinking that they're on a pedestal. They have to think it's crazy or funny, because I know I ain't shit. And I know some people look at me like, oh, Mike, you're so enlightened, you're so, I'm like, well, I just open certain doors to get information that I think I understand. And anybody could have opened them doors. Like, there's no difference in me and anyone.
It's like that saying, it's like the smartest man in the room knows they know nothing.
They know nothing.
They have to learn. They have so much to learn.
Right.
And the dumbest one thinks they know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that same saying. So if a shaman says treats themselves as like a real shaman wouldn't allow someone to idolize them.
Right, exactly.
It's those fake ones that take over and say like, idolize me.
Yeah,
And they don't know shit.
Exactly.
Because they're going off of ego. And if they've done it enough as we've done it, we know that ego is the thing that gets stripped away.
Yeah.
And the ego is the thing that's there to protect you away, but it really is also there to, like, in this world, like, the ego can really get in a lot of the way.
It can, but you know what? I think it definitely can. I look at the ego as a pet.
Sure.
Meaning that, you know, the ego to me is really, and I think Alan Watts called it this, is nothing but a troubleshooter, where it's just like the ego makes you want to be a better writer.
Sure.
The ego makes you want to read more, makes you want to perfect your craft more. The ego also makes you want to help people. Here, would you like some money? Here, because
it makes you feel good. Exactly.
That helps you.
Yeah.
Now, how are those traits a negative personality trait or attribute on a person? Nobody can convince me of that.
No.
So
It's both things are true.
Right. So all the ego is like a survival mechanism. It's just like, pay attention. It's like, what's going on right here? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a pet, man. Like, sometimes, man, your dog shit on the floor. But if you train your dog,
Yeah.
that dog knows not to shit on the floor.
Sure.
You know, so you got to treat your ego the same way.
Completely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, because I remember I put out a post like years ago. I put out a YouTube video. I was talking about the ego. And this is when I first started learning about it. And I mentioned something similar to what I said. I remember someone saying, like, oh, he thinks this ego is a good thing or whatever. And obviously, when my ego gets like, bitch, you don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Do that. Yeah. Someone else comment, it's like, oh, you're not listening to him. He's basically saying what I've been saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny. My first introduction to the ego was that, oh, it's a negative. It's the devil. It's the one you watch out for. It's your other personality. And it's wild. You really get sucked into it because when you hear ego, when you hear ego, you think selfish.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry. So
egotistic.
Yeah. So that gets played into
your head.
It's a negative thing. No, but when you really digest and understand what the ego is doing,
completely,
then you're like, you know what? I've been up here working on the movie religiously because I want to be so good. And I know this all ego. Is that a bad thing? Like,
yeah, I think it's everything in life is balance. Everything is duality. Everything is balance. They're always the tipping of scales because if you're ego driven completely, then that it can be negative because then you don't care about anything but yourself because that's all ego driven. But again, without an ego, then would you eat? Would you want to have a house? Would you want to work? Would you, again, like you said, it's the things that make you want to be better.
Right.
And so there are these survival things like the id, the ego, super ego, if you want to go like psychological with like Freud. These things are there in place in your subconscious to make you want to survive or be better or however, and I think there is a balance between the two. Because there is those things. It's like, yo, am I giving you money because I just generally... is there such a thing as a selfless act?
Right.
It's like, am I giving you money because of just giving you money? Or am I doing it because it makes me feel good to give someone else money? Yeah. So that's like also a kind of trippy thing to think about. It's like anything that you do, is it actually selfless?
Yeah, I don't think it is, dude. I think everything has a feeling towards something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Because it does... You are also... there's a thing too, is like, is any thought ever yours? Is any decision ever yours? We are given so...
We're just a viewer. I know you've heard that concept, but we're really just a viewer, just watching this. And dude, they actually... I mean, I know you've heard this theory too. They say actually our eyes are operating at a speed slower than what's actually happening. So we're like, things have already happened. We're just seeing
them and able to process it.
Yeah, we think it's happening now, but no, that thing has already happened. But it happened. It's such a short,
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And everything is also just like waves. All everything is waves. So it's like this is all a bunch of waves and particles are all wavelengths and everything. So it's like, again, this is all things that we've been taught or observed or listened to or someone else told us. So is anything that we're actually talking about right now actually anything?
Actually anything.
This is just...
It could be just gibberish.
Exactly. This is all within the construct that we are living in, and it's a way for us to understand because what is couch?
Right.
What is black? What is leather? What is stars? These are all things that we can understand in this construct that we're in, having this human experience, to be able to have shared experiences, to be able to communicate these shared experiences. And so, because they say like your eyes flip everything too. So there's the world really upside down. We talk about this being a simulation, folded on over of itself. This is just a video game within a video game, or we're just like cells within a cell of a bigger thing. Like we could be the droplet of a tear on a giant.
Dude, this is definitely so far over our head. Yeah, I think, dude, I mean, I was telling you about the ketamine trip that I had where, it's funny. There's two people who I call my guru. It's my friend Lucho and Brian. And I call him my guru almost for fun because it's like, I know I have no guru. It's just like, I just feel like, I want a guru. So I'm going to let my friends be my guru. But I call him that because, Brian is the one that makes me feel like I'm not sane. I mean, makes me feel like I'm not insane. There's some of the shit that I've seen, that I witnessed, is very trippy, and I gotta call him to make sure, like, dude, have you seen this too? Am I like, yeah? And but man, I called him after that ketamine trip, man, and I was just telling him, I was like, dude, this is so far over our head. We do not know what this is. We do not know what this is. People I don't care who you are. I don't care. I don't care if you're an astrophysicist. I don't care how many times you done had near-death experiences. I don't care how many times you done psychedelics. I don't care about none of that shit. I think we are so far off from what I think I witnessed to just let me know that, like, hey, you're far off. Whatever you think you're seeing now, you still far off, and this is so far over our heads.
Completely. And like, dude, it's also crazy too. Like, my wife is a psychic and a medium,
Right.
And so she speaks to spirits and sees spirits, and so there's a whole nother plane, whole nother level. And you know, some people would completely deny that and say no, that's not possible, doesn't exist, and like exit out because that's witchcraft and black magic. But man, there are so many things we do not know.
Right.
And so to say that this is the thing is so
Ignorant.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand beliefs.
There's a lack of information.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
what
It's exactly what it is. It's like, it's not a bad word.
Right, I know.
You know, it's,
so negative.
people are like, oh, I'm not fucking stupid. I'm like, not what I'm saying, man. That's
I
it.
just said you have a lack of
Information, you know.
We all have a lack of information,
You know.
pertaining to which subject we're talking about.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I know.
Now, if I said ignorant fuck, that would be a different story, you know.
So,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, dude, we do not know anything, and it's just like again, that makes you smart, you know, like that makes you, I guess, allowing to say like, hey, I know nothing, and that's also a lot of things. Like, I'm really working on that as well, because it's like less combative, and it's like, yo, this is how it is. Well, again, going back to the Chinese farmers, like maybe,
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if that's how it goes.
Right.
That's one version that we're told.
Right.
But maybe there's other versions.
Maybe there's other versions, and maybe there's more than one version.
Completely.
You know what I'm saying?
Like multiverses.
Yeah, multiverse. Right. Multiverses versions. So, what would you say are the 3 biggest things that have aided you to getting you where you are today?
3 biggest things that got me here. Moving to California. Moving to California was huge for me. Leaving Atlanta, leaving that lifestyle, you know, staying sober for a little bit and just focusing on myself and not worrying about anything, you know, just staying creative, writing, thinking, just pondering existence, pondering life, pondering my existence. You know, I came up with a lot of things in that time, living on the beach and just making music, editing short films, making films, just getting as creative as possible. It was a beautiful time for me to grow into this new version of myself.
Right.
Because then it allowed me to understand a lot. Like, for instance, I want to follow the actions of the man, not the mysticism of the God.
Right.
Speaking of Jesus.
Right.
Or Muhammad, or any of these great prophets, or even the Gandhis and the MLKs of the world. You know, all these people, they're human beings like us.
Right. Yeah.
And the stories make them these
Bigger
than life characters, right?
Uh-huh.
But they had the same will and decisions as we did.
Yeah.
And we do.
Yeah, they bleed too.
They bleed.
Yeah.
They bled and they die.
Yeah. And they die.
And they die for what they believe.
No, right.
You know, it's crazy.
Right.
So it's like,
And they get angry. So.
exactly, and they have faults,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and you know,
they cuss.
and they fart, you know, like all these people, you know, like Buddha, dude, like Buddha was a prince that then went and, so it's a living human being.
Yeah.
These are all living human beings. So I believe in the actions of the human being, not the mysticism of the God. So I don't try to follow the preachings of these mysticisms. It's like, no, what were they just saying at its core?
Right.
Be kind to one another.
Right.
You know, love one another.
Right.
That's the biggest saying that all of these people have said. Respect and love each other.
Yeah.
That's every religion right
Yeah.
there.
That's every religion. And
No matter what religion. And,
That's what
you know,
we're.
yeah, dude.
So you really
Just
give
respect and love.
keep it going.
Honor thy neighbor. You know, like from every religion, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
That was one big thing for me. I mean, my family is, you know, they've supported me through my highest of highs and my lowest of lows. You know, I've had troubled 20s, teens and 20s, and I was in and out of a lot of institutions, you know, and so the support of my family, the support of my parents, my grandparents, you know, they left. My grandparents left Italy right after World War II because of a better life for their family.
Right.
And then they left Argentina because of the dirty wars of the 70s for a better life for their family. And each time they left, they owned full mountains, businesses, and left it all behind. In Argentina, 6-7 businesses left it all behind for a better life in a new world because it was the land of opportunities.
Right.
And without that, man, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
You know, like that is all their sacrifices, all their love has put me here and where I'm at, and to honor them, you know, and to honor myself.
Right.
So that is another big one. You know, without them, I couldn't be here. And the third one where I'm at today, I mean, it's you know, it's the art and the community that, you know, learning from my actions, learning from my mistakes, and continuing to get up and do it again.
Right.
You know, whether it's with no consequences on a stage or in life itself, and having a community built around me of like-minded individuals. And when I say like-minded, I don't mean we all think the same, because we argue and we have completely, and it's that kind of thing where we can actually work things out together. It's like having a group of people that love each other, that love one another. You know, our community of friends keeps growing, and we're building a beautiful tribe out here of wonderful, good vibes.
Right.
And that's the like minds, I feel like I'm saying. It's that good vibe, because that allows everyone to lift each other up. You know, it's like that energy that we're creating around here. I think being out here is a big thing too, because I think actually Brian said this to me. And he said that in no time in history has there ever been as many artists and scientists in one city like there is in LA today. And I've always felt, even when I moved back to Atlanta, I'm back here and back and forth from Atlanta, I've never felt more of this energy than here. LA is this hub
of creativity, conscious creativity,
conscious awareness, you know, like understanding of people. And I feel like people can be, and it's LA, man. I'm not saying California. I was saying it's LA, because it's this bubble around these hills that create such a beautiful place of understanding creativity, art, and I mean, like things are coming in all in technology with AI. And I know AI is crazy, and right now we're in a whole thing because of AI. As an actor, you know, we're not working because of it, but if it's used correctly as a tool, man, we can start creating some amazing things.
That's like with anything, man. Just like nuclear energy, you know, you can use it to blow up the planet, or you can use it to further
the planet,
you know,
or like even guns. You know, I don't want to go into that story, like, but like guns could be like a tool.
Could be a tool, or it could be a
to hunt animals to feed yourself. Like, I really wanted to start going up and like, man, I have this like, it's like I've grown this beard, and all of a sudden I'm like mountain man Leo, you know, like want to go out there and like
go on the reservation.
Well, I just want to like, yeah, dude, like, you know, like when Native Americans would hunt for the buffalo, and they had this like relationship with the buffalo and like with elk and with deer, you know, like, because right now, man, the cattle industry is crazy how things are, and it's a lot of things that are just, if I were able just to go once a year and like hunt for elk, right, and like thank it for giving me this sustenance, and like taking this thing that I see as a living thing that gave its life for me to continue this life, and thanking it, because it just goes back to the earth. It's just a revolving circle of life, you know. I feel like gratitude is the one thing we don't ever we take so many things for granted these days, like eating a chicken nugget, you know. It's like, no, this is just how it is.
Dude, I really think I had a theory or a philosophy that if you don't have it in you to cook the food to kill animal of the food you're eating, you don't deserve to eat the food. You know, so with that said, like, I know I can do fish.
Yeah, I can fish all day, dude.
Fish all day.
You know, that's one thing.
I think I can do some chicken.
Even then, it'd be kind of crazy. I can do it. It'd be tough. It'd be tough. It'd be
I
tough.
could do it.
My grandfather, dude, all day, dude.
But dude, I don't think I could kill a cow, yo. I don't think I could kill a cow.
Yeah.
So if I could look in the mirror and be like, Mark,
Can you do it?
yeah,
No.
I shouldn't be eating.
No, exactly.
I shouldn't be
Because you can't respect it.
Right.
Because you can't respect it. And I think you have to respect. That's one thing I love Sadhguru, because, you know, Sadhguru is not your guru.
Right.
But, dude, he is a G. I love listening to all his stories and everything. And he, you know, he says, for everything that you eat, thank it.
Right.
Bless it.
Yeah.
We are, you know, like when I eat, it's as simple as like, I'm grateful for my partner, I'm grateful for the people at the table, and I'm grateful for the meal. I'm grateful for this meal. And I try to imbue it with all my love.
Yeah.
Because then as I imbue that into it, it then gives it to me as well.
Right. Right.
I think that's super important, man. Like gratitude, man. You know, maybe that's the 3B or the fourth secret one, that like where I'm at today is really, truly grasping, understanding, and incorporating gratitude into my life.
Right.
In every aspect.
Right. Yeah.
Because the situations are just situations.
Yeah.
They're not good or bad.
They're not good or bad. It's just like Chinese farming.
Exactly.
They're getting you to the next stage.
It's just the next stage, and you never know. Like, you know, when I broke my ankle, I thought, you know, I could take this and be down on it and thinking, oh, I'm done for, and I don't know how I'm gonna pay rent now, and blah 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 blah.
Sure.
Or I can only say, okay, life is telling me to pause,
Right.
take a breath, and just focus on me and my healing.
Right.
And that's what I did. And then with money, I only focused. I said, you know what? I know there will be plenty of money for me to have. And it's that abundance. Also, finding Deepak Chopra's 21 Days of Abundance has been a huge thing for me. Really doing the meditations. And that's, you know, you got to do it every day. It's not like just a one time you do it. And like, I say this now and I'm like, oh man, I got to get back on it. Like, I'm like, oh, I have not done it as much as I should be doing it, because it's like remembering to be, you are everything. You are this abundant being that has everything already.
Yeah, you're a divine creator. Focus on what you really want.
Yeah, the manifestation of things and knowing when you truly, that's what faith is in the religious terms of whatever religion thing. When you have this blind faith that you believe, you can do that with anything. You don't have to necessarily put it to a thing.
It's really almost like the placebo effect.
Completely.
You believe it, shit may be.
Will be.
Yeah, for it will be.
It will be. If you believe, it will be.
It will be. So, dude, we'll check it before we close out. Tell me one thing in the world that you would not change, and one thing in the world that you would.
One thing in the world I will not change. One thing I would. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's good. Then.
The one thing in the world I would not change. Love. The one thing I would. A lack of empathy. So I guess love.
Love, yeah. Basically make sure there's still some love here.
Gotta have love, man. That's what this, at the end of the day, I think we actually talked about the other night, is like, love is this existence.
Right.
Like, you know, you love to do your work. If your work is love, you love your work. You don't work a day, so it's love. So if you love, then all this is love.
Just love, yeah.
Love yourself. You love the people around you.
You're just loving love.
Loving love. And that's what true bliss frequency is. And so love is, you know, like the answer.
Yeah.
Love is the key.
No doubt, man. I feel you. Well, dude, I love that you stopped by here. Please, like, keep on. We got a lot to do, so we got a lot to talk about. Before we leave, like, what's some latest things that's happening with you?
Oh man, this is
exciting.
We got a lot of
hashtags,
all those things, man. So right now we have a lot. So we have a short film coming out. We shot it this year, so that's on its way. We have feature that I was a part of yours. So that's on its way. I have another feature that's in post-production that I was a lead in. So we have Gurus, we have Malaysia, we have, and what else we got? Dude, there's so many projects that are going on. I actually got a couple of voiceover projects that are on the works. I don't know if I can say the names of them, but a couple of big video games that I'm in.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So
That's dope.
a couple big video games that are coming out.
I mean, they're getting so big now.
Yeah, dude. So life is busy, you know, and
Good. Better be busy than not busy.
completely.
Right.
And yeah, man, you know, Brian and I have a couple of things that we're working on as well.
Cool.
All about the guides.
Right.
You know, guides to a good time.
Yeah.
So we're working on a book.
That's what's up.
Yes, I guess I'm all over the place,
So
man.
you gotta be, especially in today's time.
Dude, yeah.
So other than your late night gig at Chippendales, where can we find you? Yeah.
At Leonardo Santiati everywhere. You know, at Leonardo Santiati on IG, Facebook, my website, Leonardo Santiati. So anywhere those Leonardo Santiatis. I mean, I'm literally the only one in the world.
The only one.
The only Leonardo Santiati in the world.
Well, I am here with an original. So
The one and only.
the one. Well, dude, I appreciate you for coming through.
Dude, I appreciate you for having me, man.
No doubt, man. This has been dope, and I will see you soon.
Dude.
And we are plugging out of the system.
Goodbye. Good night. Thank you.
Green guy.
Let's take it. Dude, bro.
Is our universe real?
Just ideas. Just ideas.
The cosmic delicate.